want to take a step so bold. I want to make my voice so loud. It starts with where I am, using what I have. I have the power of now. So I take a step so bold, so I leave a mark so bright, so I make my voice so loud.
You can get Kuri's beer and stout all over the country. Kuri's beer and stout, you paddy, we're good for all gladdy.
Across Sierra Leone, more people are asking the same question. Why buy fuel anywhere else when Cornex gives you more? Professionally trained attendants who know service matters. Cornex fuel, a litre is a litre, every single time. And when it's time to pay, easy. Pay with mobile money, Visa or MasterCard, or the Cornex fuel card. Clean restrooms, welcoming spaces, every station, every time. Clean fuel, clean spaces, clear value. That's why Sierra Leone fuels with Cornex. Cornex retail outlets, always clean, always professional, always for you. Fuel smart. Visit any of our Cornex stations nationwide for your quality fuel and lubricants today. I run a small logistics company. Every cent counts. I didn't think I needed a fuel card until I got the Cornex fuel card. Now, I track exactly how much fuel my fleet uses, in real time. And when my wife or kids need fuel, no cash, no stress. It's safe, accepted nationwide, and I control how much goes on each card. At the end of the month, I see the savings, real savings. Cornex fuel card. I didn't know I needed it. Now, I can't run my business or family without it. Fuel smart. Live smart. Visit any Cornex filling station to sign off, or any Cornex office to get your card.
The world don't go digital. Now that's make okay commercial bank ready for match up with the world. This now the e-banking department. We get product and services them when you use online. Listen to what we colleague they get to say.
The e-banking department responsible for all the electronic products in the bank. One, the ATM machines where you can get cash easily from, the points of sales when there's some small terminal where you can do your transaction, where they do online transactions as well, where you can sit down any side now this world and do transactions. Red Commercial Bank e-banking now the solution to all digital transactions in the country.
For work with Boku Money, not this style. So inside any local commercial bank today and get you couple card, you Visa Classic and proprietary card for making transactions easy.
Go na shop, you can use the POS and do your transaction easy.
To slay with my hair, trust expression, cause it makes me stay expressive. Do it yourself, don't waste time. I style my hair myself without no pain. Ooh, expressing me, expressing you all day long. For me, it's nothing but expression, whether it's work or it's play. For me, it's nothing but expression. For my hair, only the best is good enough. For me, it's nothing but expression. High quality and good style. For me, it's nothing but expression. To keep my head in check, expressing you, expressing me all day long. pride of my hair.
Ready to elevate your game. Welcome to Genius Bet, where strategy meets excitement.
There you bot. Genius Bet.
Have a look at our promotions and choose the one that fits you best. Be smart and don't miss out.
Genius Bet.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Genius Bet makes betting simple and fun. Get 100% bonus, up to 1,000 leones, on your first deposit with Genius Bet. Make every moment count with Genius Bet. Real-time updates, expert insights, and personalized betting options.
Visit us at 40 Freetown Road, Lumley. Reach us quickly on our short code 717.
Genius Bet. Bet like a genius.
You no need for go tinap again a long line at bank for withdraw your money. With the GTCO MasterCard, you can access your money na all ATM and quick one you go able for withdraw your money. For shopping in stores, both locally and internationally, and on tap day, with the MasterCard Secure Payments technology, you can shop with Colat because your transactions safe and secure. Plus, the GTCO MasterCard widely accepted, so you can use it at any location nationwide and around the world. Go get your GTCO MasterCard today.
Watching AYV Television.
From our broadcasting house here on West Street in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, this is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. You're watching us on Channel 33 and on DSTV Channel 399 and listening to us on frequency modulation 101.7. I am Hannah Yankson. Let's start with tonight's headlines. ECOWAS kickstarts its media statutory meeting in Freetown with a deliberation on administrative and financial matters. EFI's Cozy Corner has launched its first end-of-academic-year secondary school tour at the Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, combining academic knowledge with practical skills. Also on Primetime News tonight, members of the Sierra Leone Association of the Blind in Kono received support during an engagement with young councils from various districts. Hello and welcome from wherever you're joining me tonight. I am Hannah Yankson. First in the news. ECOWAS kickstarts its media statutory meetings in Freetown earlier today at Bintumani New Hall, where the Administrative and Finance Committee deliberates on administrative and financial matters, especially crafting ways to upscale community levy, which is the backbone of the bloc. Various administrators across the region emphasize the need for building a stronger structure to improving the region's peace, democracy, and prosperity. Chairman of the Administrative and Finance Committee, Komba Momo, urges delegates to approach deliberations with focus on the interests and aspirations of the community's citizens. Let's have the highlights.
This meeting is taking place at a significant moment in the history of our community as we commemorate the first anniversary of ECOWAS. We are called on to reflect on our collective achievements, assess the challenges before us, and renew our commitment to a more integrated, peaceful, prosperous, and people-centered West Africa. Recent ECOWAS engagements have emphasized stronger governance, financial discipline, transparency, and institutional effectiveness as key priorities for community. Distinguished delegates, the Administration and Finance Committee occupies a center place in the ECOWAS institutional architecture. It is entrusted with the critical responsibility of reviewing administrative, financial, and budgetary matters, ensuring prudent management of community resources, and strengthening accountability mechanism across ECOWAS institutions.
As ECOWAS marks 50 years of its existence and defines the future of our regional integration, womenship must be central to the region's next chapter. Our region's ambition for peace, democracy, and shared prosperity can only be fulfilled when all its citizens are able to contribute to leadership and decision-making processes.
The AFC remains the most regular and vibrant sectoral committee of ECOWAS for obvious reasons. First, namely, the oversight of human and financial resource management, planning and budget controls, as well as monitoring and evaluation. Draw attention, distinguished members of AFC, to details and the priority recommendations you have been making over the years have been instrumental in keeping ECOWAS members of AFC and identifying areas that require improvement or more investment for the incoming management to carry on. The task of building a peaceful, inclusive, and prosperous community is ours all. Member states, community institutions, and other stakeholders.
The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, have held a training in Sierra Leone for national stakeholders on continental results framework for monitoring and reporting on women, peace and security agenda. Our reporter, Sheikh Mohammed Silla, has more.
Women, Peace and Security Agenda is a globally recognized policy framework mandating women's equal participation in peace negotiations and their protection from conflict-related violence, has shown that including women in peace progresses, decreases violence, and yield longer-lasting peace. ECOWAS resident representative John Azuma said ECOWAS has ensured accountability, tracking progress in female leadership, and evaluating women's inclusion in conflict prevention.
In peace building and governance offers rich lessons for our collective work. From the establishment of the Peace Commission to the adoption of successive national action plans on the WPS agenda, Sierra Leone continues to champion inclusive governance as a cornerstone of sustainable peace. These efforts, reinforced by strong collaboration with ECOWAS and other partners, underscore the nation's determination to place women at the center of decision-making.
The Minister of Gender Affairs, Dr. Asita Mahol, said women in Sierra Leone have contributed in peace building over the years, and the government has placed them in the front line in most of their agenda.
So the ECOWAS resident representative and the head of ECOWAS National Office, we are grateful for your continued support in advancing the WPS agenda in Sierra Leone. As we convene here today, we do so at a pivotal moment. The year 2025 marked the 25th anniversary of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325. So it means this year is 26 years. So you begin to wonder and reflect, 25 years gone, what have we achieved? How far have we gone with the implementation of the Resolution 1325? Reflect on this. This is a historic declaration that affirmed that once and for all, the central role of women in peace and security processes must come to light, and we must give it credence.
Dr. Mohamed Ibrahim, Director of Humanitarian and Social Inclusion at ECOWAS Commission, speaks more.
The Continental Resort Framework for Women, Peace and Security, especially given the fact that the Sierra Leone as a member state and a country of the ECOWAS Commission have really done magnificently well to be able to promote women peace and security issue in the region.
The EU delegation, Steve Met, said that EU will continue to support women in peace processes, decreasing violence, and break the barrier.
Countries continue to face increasingly complex challenges, including insecurity, political tensions, climate-related pressures, and the rapid spread of misinformation. These challenges affect everyone, but they often have a disproportionate impact on women and girls. Yet too often,
when women are empowered, they become agents of change, strengthening families, supporting communities, and contributing to peace from the ground to the top. Their leadership at community level demonstrates where their inclusion in national and international peace process is so critical. Shikomo Hamid Sile, AYV News, Freetown.
As Sierra Leone seeks to equip young people for a rapidly changing world, educators are placing growing emphasis on experimental learning, combining academic knowledge with practical skills. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2025 identifies problem-solving, creativity, and environmental stewardship among the skills that will be increasingly valued over the next decade. It is in this context that EFI's Cozy Corner has launched its first end-of-academic year secondary school tour at the Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, giving students an opportunity to explore conversations, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy beyond the classroom. George Bartilo Powell reports.
At the Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, pupils traded textbooks for nature trails, learning firsthand about wildlife conservation and the importance of protecting Sierra Leone's rich biodiversity. Home to rescued chimpanzees, the sanctuary has become one of the country's leading centers for environmental education and conservation. Organizers say the initiative is designed to complement classroom learning by nurturing curiosity, leadership, and responsible citizenship.
So basically, I'm like a visionary connector. We realized that there's this gap between the academia and corporate world. So we decided to help to bridge that gap. And firstly, we started by initiating a national university tour, but we're also aware of teenagers that are preparing into university. So we decided to bring it down to secondary school level. But we know how teenagers can be. You have to bring a little bit of fun. So we decided to take them out to Takugama, get an experience of what it's like around this area, the different types of wild species that we have, whilst we're also passing out the information to them that, hey, even though there's this gap, you also have to develop yourself, your soft skills, and also trying to promote entrepreneurship education.
The pupils described the experience as eye-opening, saying it deepened their understanding of conservation while inspiring them to think differently about their role in protecting the environment.
It was good. We got to see the chimps and also we learned a lot. Like, for me personally, I never knew that it was illegal to own a chimp until today. Sierra Leoneans, my advice would be to stop taking the chimps and killing them for food, because they are national animals and we should be the ones protecting them.
It was actually fun and I learned a lot. I knew that this place was established in November 1995 and also there were 20,000 chimpanzees in the wildlife, but due to some human activities it has reduced to 5,000 and that's literally not good. So yeah, it was actually fun.
The tour also looked beyond conservation. Representatives from CMB Bank encouraged pupils to develop healthy saving habits and entrepreneurial mindset before participants took part in a business pitch competition designed to build confidence, creativity, and public speaking skills. George Batulo Powell, AYV News, Freetown.
Still on education, for many young Sierra Leoneans, the biggest barrier to higher education is not ability, but affordability. The World Bank's 2025 Sierra Leone Economic Update identifies investment in human capital as critical to the country's long-term growth, while tertiary students continue to face rising education costs. Against that backdrop, Sierra Mining Holdings Limited, through its Community Development Committee, has awarded educational grants to 831 university and college students from its mining host communities. The program, which began more than 7 years ago on the Sierra Rutile, has continued following the company's transition to Sierra Mining Holdings Limited. Her correspondent, Emmanuel Amara Saidu, reports from Bo.
For students from Lower Banta, Banda Kemo, Bumpe Gawen, that's a chiefdoms, the grants mean another opportunity to remain in school. Many say the support eases financial pressure on their families and allows them to focus on completing their studies.
We are here this afternoon to receive our own check. As you can see, the distribution is currently going on. The institution is giving 40% support. Positively, it is good because most of our colleagues and we have some of our friends that don't have this upper hand to support themselves. But with the help of this institution, that's the Sierra Mineral, now students have this chance to enroll to the university of their choice, and they are ready to support each and every student that has the qualification to enroll in the university.
Well, it's community support that they normally render to us. They assist us in paying our school fee. Oh, well, I appreciate my community so much because it's little, but we actually need it. It means a lot to me.
Community leaders say consistent investment in education is helping to build local skills while strengthening trust between the company and its host communities. They argue that supporting higher education is one of the most sustainable ways to ensure mining benefits extend beyond the life of the industry.
The demonstration shared material resources to bring real and long-lasting benefit to the communities that will get the minerals. The National Minerals Agency believes that we do not measure responsible mining only by the quantity of bauxites that the company will use, neither the money that the company makes or the facilities that they build. Responsible mining also means that the mining communities get better opportunities for education, skill training and employment, and a better life. The Community Development Agreement clearly states that the funds for community development should be used for education and scholarship support, apprenticeship, technical training,
and to create employment opportunities, among other things.
The scholarship scheme reflects a broader shift towards community investment in Sierra Leone's extractive sector. As more students pursue university education with this support, stakeholders say the real measure of success will be the skilled graduate who return to contribute to the development of their communities. Emmanuel Amara Saidu, reporting from Bo.
Away from that, thousands of Sierra Leoneans of persons living with disabilities continue to face barriers that go far beyond their physical conditions, despite legal protections and growing advocacy for inclusion. Many still struggle to access education, employment, healthcare, and public infrastructure. For persons with visual impairment, in particular, inaccessible buildings and limited economic opportunities often make daily life even more challenging. In Kono District, members of the Sierra Leone Association of the Blind say they have the skills and determination to contribute to society, but lack the opportunity needed to realize their potential. Their appeal has now drawn a commitment of assistance during an engagement with Alhaji Musa Tarawali and some political stakeholders. Joseph Adumambu reports.
For many persons living with disabilities in Sierra Leone, the greatest barrier is often not their disability, but the lack of access to opportunities. Despite possessing skills and the willingness to work, many continue to struggle with inaccessible facilities, unemployment, and limited support. That reality was laid bare when members of the Sierra Leone Association of the Blind in Kono appealed for assistance, explaining that many shoulder family responsibilities but remain deprived of opportunities because of inadequate support and inaccessible infrastructure at their disability center.
But we don't have capacity. Papa in our streets. We keep the road goes too far because of what's in the all we have for God. We don't have capacity. We don't soap. We don't do other business there. We can get loan for do business, but we don't get some money no day. Papa, we don't suffer here, Pamusa. Very sorry for we the blind and I cannot we the blind women there. We don't have Papa and don't forget we.
Their concerns came during an engagement led by Alhaji Musa Tarawali with young generation councils across several districts, where he called for unity, greater youth participation, and community empowerment. He encouraged the district's numerous support groups to unite under a single umbrella body to strengthen development supports and pledged support for livelihood initiatives, improve ventilation, and recreational facilities.
I encourage the support group them. Make them form umbrella group. Make them appoint leadership. Make them register. I go open accounts for them and put money there. I go make sure say una dey do una own small business. In an organized way. The district executive, he asked me for make I make the AC then work. For me to get DSTV, I want to assure when I say I go do that immediately.
Responding directly to the concerns of the Blind Association, Tarawali donated 10 million old leons as immediate assistance while pursuing long-term solutions to their challenges.
For now, I go give you 10 million old leons.
As youth and women's leaders reaffirmed their support for his engagement.
Maina YG for Constitution 103 Youngtown. On behalf of the YG Council, we are from yesterday to now.
just only to endorse the only principle we believe that A will bring this power back to SLP. One or two reasons made one of the announcements here presently. From today henceforth, we don't declare for Alhaji Musa.
The appeal from the blind community served as a reminder that many Sierra Leoneans living with disabilities, inclusion is measured not by promises, but by access, opportunity, and dignity. Joseph Adumambu, AYV News, Kono District.
This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
I run a small logistics company. Every cent counts. I didn't think I needed a fuel card until I got the Cornex fuel card. Now, I track exactly how much fuel my fleet uses, in real time. And when my wife or kids need fuel, no cash, no stress. It's safe, accepted nationwide, and I control how much goes on each card. At the end of the month, I see the savings, real savings. Cornex fuel card. I didn't know I needed it. Now, I can't run my business or family without it. Fuel smart. Live smart. Visit any Cornex filling station to sign off, or any Cornex office to get your card.
Welcome back. I am Hannah Yangsin and this is AYV's Primetime News. Thank you for joining us. Let's take more stories. As the debate continues over a proposal to restrict children's access to social media, digital safety experts warn that a far more immediate threat lies online. The non-consensual sharing of intimate images is exposing children and young people to exploitation, psychological trauma, and lifelong reputational harm. According to the Internet Watch Foundation's 2025 annual data, reports of child sexual abuse imagery online continue to remain at record levels, underscoring the scale of the global challenge. AYV's Abubakar Siddiqui Jallo examines how Sierra Leone's law are responding to this growing form of digital abuse.
Well, just imagine small pikin, let's say below the age of 16. If we not tell them waiting, because all things that are social media, all things, you go able to learn book there, you go able spoil yourself there, you go able completely go astray, just depending on social media. So we'll begin prepare we mind because we get for make that proposition, we will get for control how we begin to use social media. Because the parents.
President Bio's call for stronger online safeguards comes as concerns grow over digital exploitation. The Child Rights Global Safety Institute estimates that more than 300 million children worldwide experience technology-facilitated sexual exploitation and abuse each year, making online abuse one of the fastest-growing child protection threats globally. This number shows the harsh psychological reality of a generation being systematically violated online.
These kinds of videos have profound and long-lasting impacts on the overall well-being of these individuals because they are not yet much developed emotionally, psychologically. They need support. Guilt, embarrassment, the depression, the anxiety, the trauma, the PTSD, and maybe the self-harm, all those things. I think they need support. People should stop sharing their nude videos of photos or
Mental health professionals say victims often experience anxiety, depression, and social isolation long after intimate images are shared online. Investigators warn that encrypted messaging platforms and anonymous online accounts are increasingly being used to circulate such material, amplifying harm while making perpetrators harder to trace.
It is quite serious, and as we know, it has been recurring. It is not the first time this has happened. It is almost becoming a pattern. Children under 16 should not have social media accounts, as was considered fit in the case of Australia, in the case of Turkey, in the case of the United Arab Emirates, and as is being considered by the United States and the United Kingdom. A person caught will take appropriate legal, administrative, social, and educational measures to protect the child from all forms of online violence, exploitation, including bullying, harassment, economic exploitation, personal data misuse, and harmful content. That is what Section 26 of the Child Rights Act of 2025 says. People may take advantage of them, etc. How about the fact that in such circumstances, they may be the offenders?
In Sierra Leone, the Cybersecurity and Crime Act criminalizes the creation, possession, and distribution of intimate images without consent, with offenders facing severe penalties upon conviction. Legal experts say the law provides an important framework, but insist that stronger enforcement, digital literacy, and responsible online behavior are equally essential to protecting children and restoring confidence in the country's digital space. Abubakar Siddiqui Jallo, AYV News, Freetown.
Now, every child deserves a safe place to call home. Yet, for many in Freetown, childhood is unfolding on pavements, beneath bridges, and in abandoned buildings rather than in classrooms and family homes. The 2025 UNICEF Sierra Leone Country Program identifies poverty, family separation, and a weak child protection system as continuing threats to children's welfare. While local organizations warn that more vulnerable children are finding themselves on the streets, AYV's James Ahmed Kamara examines the human stories behind one of the city's most persistent social changes.
Children are often seen as symbols of hope, innocence, and promise of a brighter future. They deserve the safety of a loving home, the opportunity to learn, and the freedom to dream. But for many children in Freetown, that promise has been replaced by a daily struggle for survival, homelessness.
For these children, the streets have become both home and workplace. Some beg for food, others wash cars or carry loads, all in search of enough to survive another day. Child protection experts say homelessness is rarely a choice, but the consequence of poverty, neglect, family breakdown, and abuse.
And there are other host factors, single parenting, economic factor, poverty, and the rest. These are all factors that actually sees young people on the streets.
Although Sierra Leone has no up-to-date official count of children living on the streets, a government-backed child protection assessment cited in the country's latest situation analysis of children and adolescents found that about 2,700 children were living permanently on the streets, with the largest concentration in Freetown. Child welfare organizations believe the underlying drivers remain largely unchanged.
Because let's say, for instance, if Abu is now living with his family and the family has a children of 6 and they only get a meal a day, and you provide Abu with a bag of rice and let's say 1,000 euros. Do you think that 1,000 and a bag of rice will only go in for Abu? No, it will not go for Abu. So sometimes that's why we use a swap analysis to ensure that family of this nature, what best could be done for them to ensure that they're able to keep all their children safe.
Organizations including Don Bosco Fambul and Street Child continue to provide shelter, education, and family reintegration services, working alongside government institutions responsible for child protection. They say lasting progress will depend only on emergency support, but also on tackling the poverty and family vulnerabilities that push children onto the streets.
So Don Bosco coming closer to these young people to ensure that we get them back this time. What we do, normally we have a project that I earlier mentioned, that the Street Child Project. We go out on the streets 3 times a week, and that's Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, to ensure that we go to catchment areas where these young people do converge and then enjoy themselves or rest, to ensure that we engage them. We provide for the medical assistance, and then also we provide them with food and some other kind of psychosocial supports. Of course, when we talk about challenges and living on the streets, it's really life threatening. And these children can be exposed. They are exposed to so many things, ranging from drugs, stealing, violence, and the rest of it. And we see the current trend in Twitter and what is happening with children as well as young people. Most of them are into drugs. And people do not take push, they will take tramadol, or they will smoke cigarette or take alcohol. These are all issues surrounding them and exposing them to danger.
AYV sought responses from the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs and the Ministry of Social Welfare, but neither had commented by the time this report was broadcast. For every child sleeping outside tonight, advocates say the cost is measured not only in lost education and opportunities, but in a future placed increasingly at risk. James Hamid Kamara, AOIV News, Freetown.
Well, that's all for Primetime News tonight. For more stories, visit our website at www.ayvnews.com. If you have any comments on the news, please send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Hannah Yankson. Many thanks for watching and listening. Have a good night.
You're watching AYV Television.
Join us for a unique event, an event which inspires, guides, and rejuvenates the soul. The annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in the United Kingdom, taking place on the 24th, 25th, and 26th of July 2026. Over 3 remarkable days, this global gathering will serve as a guiding light, showcasing the power of faith, unity, and leadership. It is a convention like no other, one that unites hearts and transcends borders, bringing together people from every nation, culture, and background. Witness inspiring addresses, heartfelt prayers, selfless service, and a worldwide community striving for peace through the teachings of Islam.